Hello, world. So first off, I want to apologize for my last beginner tutorial. Part 2 was screen was cut off, and I didn't notice. I don't think anyone else really noticed either. It wasn't cut off by much. For some reason, this streaming software likes to do stupid things like that, or just like resizes itself. Even though I'm looking at it, I still managed to miss the fact that it was resized. Alright, so I'm getting my industry and I'm flying through the air, soaring, soaring. This is Ironworks, a coal mine. Wait, what do I want? I want, not Ironworks, I want the iron ore mine. That's where we're going next. The natural progression of things in the game. So we connected our logging camp. We can bring logs to the sawmill. Then the sawmill makes beams and lumber. And the only thing that uses beams and lumber is the iron ore mine. The heck is it? Over here. Oh, well, look at you. Aren't you special? So we're gonna have to work backwards here. This is what I do. Because if I worked from the ground up, from our starting point or the sawmill up to get here at 2%. I mean, if I didn't care about what grade it was, I could do it. But if I just started down there and started going 2%, I wouldn't know exactly what path to follow to get to this point. So we're going to start from here and go backwards, so we can just keep following the hill. Pretty sure we'll make it. Right, first thing we want to do is get rid of some of these trees. Rock. You just never know which one of these rocks is going to stick through the track and derail you. Oh, look, they put the ironworks and didn't clear the trees around it, the iron ore mine, and didn't clear the trees. I guess you're supposed to figure out how to do that? That's insane. That's lazy. What the heck? Get out of my life, tree. Alright, so to clear these trees, hopefully we can. Gotta make a little walkway here. Just place some bridge. Okay, that worked. That worked. That worked. Get out of here. Tree. Got them all. Look at that. A lot of times, if you place your industry over trees, especially things like the ironworks, which I just did last night, you can't get to all the trees to delete them. Like the hitbox of the ironworks is not gonna let you. Alright, we cleared all that out. Yeah, I just noticed these iron ore carts up here. I want a closer look at those. If you jump and place the barrel at the same time, you can climb things. Oh, look. Why don't they give us some of this rail? I mean, really. There's the iron ore cart. Mine cart. Looking for the word iron ore. This bothers me. Like, this should place higher. I wanted to add one more here. The game will make you do things like this, right? Maybe if I put a plank down first, a couple planks, and try to put a minecart. It'll place higher. Oh yeah, I gotta go up a little more. Probably not gonna be able to delete the planks after the fact. Probably 4, I would say. I want a barrel or a minecart. That might be too high. I gotta take out one plank. Why am I doing this? I don't know, because I'm here. I wanted to see if I can. It's here. This way, our iron mine is not going to be like any other iron mine. Now, if you were real picky, you try and get those planks out of there, but I don't think we're going to be able to do that without deleting the cart. So I'm not going to bother. Anyway, we have 3 carts. Haha. We're special. Alright, let's get our track in. Do our little trick here. I'm lining up the inside edge, the inside surface of the steel, vertical steel beams with the platform. Seems like that is too much to the right and that's too much to the left. So we're gonna just take one, put it right there. Now we're getting in uneven terrain, so I'm using track style 2. Type 2, whatever you want to call it. Which is a little bit higher. Alright. What radius curve are we going to need here? So what I would do in this situation is walk out with the curve. I'm not going to place one this long. So 80 is too much. See what I'm doing? I'm adjusting it to see where I'm going to clear. It seems like, oh, 50 is going to be the number. And we can do 50 with a segment. We don't want to go that way because there is no way out. So we're just going to continue our curve. Oh, we got to eliminate the foliage so we can really see what we're doing here. And by now you should know how to start the game. Did I ever update my stream info? And let's make sure we're not gonna run into a problem here. Oh, look, it remembered my settings. Good. Oh, it's early morning. A little too early for me. I'm a late riser. I'm a night person. I appreciate mornings, but I like nights better. That's what too much drugs does to you. Makes you a night person. Just kidding. Alright, let's see how we're gonna get to the hill to make our way back down. Suppose we should start turning a little bit. Let's get rid of this evil rock. And I am being totally sincere when I say it is evil. Little trees. And at some point we're gonna need a switch track. Let's hold on. Let's get up in the air and look down. Yeah, we need to head that general direction. So where do we put our switch track? Because I'm just making a loop through here. You don't need a freight yard up here. You don't need anything like that. But you can. You got to remember something. Like a lot of people have these ideas. They want to put freight yards and then fill up all, put a bunch of iron ore cars, hoppers up here. But every time you add a piece of rolling stock to the game, you are going to lose FPS. Let's tie this back into our loop. And we'll stick with 50 and hope that gets us there. Yeah, we'll make it. I could see the forest through the trees, so to speak. wonder if I just do the circle mode thing. Let's see what kind of track it makes for us. Nope, it's not interested in making that kind of a track for us. Might not have made it. Wait, 50. Oh, it's so close. No, it's not even close. 50. How are we going to do this? How are we going to do this? Alright, here's what we're going to do, boys and girls. Or whatever you call yourself. Gonna turn right. Alright, sneezing and pouring coffee. I am still on Colorado time. Let's see where 50 gets us here. Let's see. Let's stop here. We can leave this switch track in. And this can be a future freight yard. I know I just gave that whole big speech about freight yard and storing cars all over the map and stuff, but sometimes it just looks cool, I guess. I'll just put a little something here. Just for looks for now. And this is how you do double track, by the way. This kind of gives you a spacing. There's two ways of spacing double track. You know, what I should have done was this track is perfectly parallel. Delete this. We could probably just circle mode this. And it'll make a nice parallel track pretty much to our main track. So that if you wanted to park a train here, or build a passing siding, right? If you got people operating, you're gonna need passing sidings at your industries. So if you want to delete this cross without deleting the track underneath it, you're gonna move this demolition ball until it pops up. Then you know you're on the rail. If I was to continue this, probably wind up with a 46 or so radius turn here. I think it winds up being like 46.5 or some shit. Why am I? It's aiming up. I had somehow I hit the incline, and we had a 0.5% grade going on accidentally. So this is where it gets tricky. Oh, look at this. This track is no good. We have to delete it. Gotta delete. How do we deal with this, you say? Gonna show you. Surprised I didn't catch that when I was making it. Alright, we're going up 0.5% here. And then we have to delete this. And actually, before we do that, we can do this. And tie this together. Let's go in the sky and look at our creation. So we have a nice, pretty even double track going through here. And what we want to do is go back to 0%. Makes things a little tricky. Take 2. Alright, we got a passing sighting at our iron mine. This puts us aiming in not a good way. So we're going to have to use bridge. Stick to 50. Get out over here. For the bridge, whatever bridge you want to use, you know. Doesn't matter. Now here's the tricky part. Got to put a switch in over here now. This is one way of doing it. Put this at 0. You know, I need to figure out how long a switch is. Put a right hand switch here. This should, oh, I saw a link. There we go. Now, don't mind this. That has no hitbox. And there's nothing we can do about that. This piece of wood over here, however, does have a hitbox. So what we want to do is delete this. Accidentally deleted the groundwork, because this type of groundwork deletes with the rail option. I'm going to put a little spacer in here, and then I'm going to put the right switch. Then I'm going to go ahead and try and delete this spacer. Put some blank rail. Now this is a short piece of rail, which is very dangerous. Sometimes this little short piece will load differently and loop back onto itself. Oh, and the other mistake I made, I want to make sure I'm deleting switch, not the groundwork. The other mistake I made was I need a right switch without ballast. There we go. Now this can go back this way. Gotta find our track, which is over here somewhere. We're gonna wind up over here somewhere. Not exactly sure where to go with this, so I'm going to continue the curve with this. See where we go. The meter radius. Oh, look, we got to go up. And up yet still. Oh, this is going to really put us in a crappy spot. See what the curve does when you try to go longer? It just becomes not consistent radius. I like to use stone foundation as like the basis, like a starting point for a bridge. Like most bridges in real life. And in this game you have to make sacrifices when it comes to being realistic. But when we can, we try to be. In real life, a bridge would have a kind of a cement base. I don't know that I can make this here. That switch might be in the wrong place. So let's go up in the sky, get a little visual. Yeah, see, I'm not going to make that turn. Our switch needs to be over there somewhere. So we're going to have to delete all that beautiful work we just did. Let's start heading this way. Oh, now this ravine is too deep for that style bridge. We're going to have to use steel bridge. Oh, we want to start heading down also. Now these, you place these bridges, right? These trees will stick up through the rails and derail your train. By the way, cutting trees increases your save file size, because your save file stores the data of the trees you cut, not where the trees are. So if we go around your whole map, delete all the trees, you're going to have a huge save file that takes a little while to load. There are third-party tools for deleting all your trees. Don't know if they still work, to be honest. Let's continue our bridge here. We really didn't think this out too well. So we're not in a good spot. We didn't wind up in a good spot. Let's go about it this way. Put a right switch in. Why is my switch like that? I don't know. Put a right switch in here. Actually go downhill a little bit. And I hope when this places it doesn't go in the ground. Let's see. It's in the ground. The game places switches in the ground. That's awesome. Where the frick we're gonna put this switch? Dilemma. Let's put some ballast here. We're going way up. Trying to get it out of the ground. I'm gonna go back down to 0 for a little bit. So it basically has to be over here. Now I'm gonna run some straight. And I'm gonna put a left switch instead of a right switch. I need to have without ballast. Actually, choose this one here. Alright. Gonna delete all this. Beautiful work, but you learned how to do something. And then we're just going to use circle mode to tie this together. Going with the steel now because the other side is steel. It is the iron mine. They do have access to steel, right? Why did I hit G? Oh, G. I hit G. Meant to hit J. Walking, walking, walking. Drinking coffee while walking. That's pretty smooth. So I just kind of eyeballed all that. This tree could stay. It really, train would go right through it. Now what I usually do on these switches, because now we have like track just hanging in the air, take some ballast, make sure you attach it to this side, not that side, right? And then I run it back to here. Then I want to delete this stuff. Now hopefully that piece of wood is not going to give us a problem. I think it is going to give us a problem. This piece of wood right here. I don't remember. I'm going to leave it. I don't remember if that has a hitbox or not. Wish I could walk a little faster. Would make doing these bridges so much easier. There we go. Do I see a tree sticking through? Look at that. That tree right there? That could be your worst nightmare. Oh yeah. You can walk right to the edge here, right? And then you can lean out, and sometimes you can cut the tree. Your other option is to go this way, lean to the left. Usually you can cut the tree. I'm just massively left clicking, not working. So I'm going to cut this tree. Watch out, trees are attack trees. We can get rid of this tree. It's too far under. Alright, we did our loop with a passing siding. That only took 40 minutes. The great time sponge. Alright, we're going to continue with our descent. And we're going to go down 2%. Now going across this little ravine, you can use some bridge if you want. Alright, I'm going to go to the right a little bit. Now, one thing about this game, when it's on 0, the radius is on 0. Watch this, watch. It goes higher, right? But it is 2%, right? Half, 1, 1.5, 2%. But if I angle this to the right, it goes lower. Don't ask me. I don't know why it does that, but it's not consistent. I'm going to go to about here, and I'm going to switch to stone wall. Now, if you have the third-party tools, you can fly through the air and do this, and it makes it so much easier. But to be honest, I have not made a railroad without third-party tools for a very long time, so I am taking this as a challenge. If anyone dare tells me, well, you cheat because you use third-party tools, I can tell them, not always. Like I care. anyway, right? This game is just about having fun. Okay, I am swinging the track to my location. Can't tell if I'm going to clear this hill. Guess we will. There's good. Now here we're going to have to use some bridge. Let's see. Let's get to this point here. Put some bridge. You can hug the hills a little more, but you wind up with really sharp curves. And if we went with 4%, we could get down a lot faster. But we're going to need more powerful locomotives, and the trains will be a lot harder to run. Let's see. Go here, then go back to stone. Obviously, we got to bring this over. Let's make sure we're going to clear this here. Basically, you have to go here. I'm just looking ahead where I got to be. I'm trying to aim my track accordingly. Oh, we are in the ground. Now, the problem is, right, that's not on the rails right there, and it may stay like that, but it might not stay like that. It's a general rule of thumb when you're laying the track, you don't want it in the ground at all unless it's like a really extreme circumstance. Like right there, I don't see the ground poking through at all, so we'll keep that. See where that brings us. Here looks cool. I chose the wrong object there. I wanted the saw. And I'm just like clicking away. Too much railroads online. On a very rare occasion, a tree will fly through the air and take you with it. But in, I don't know how many hours of play I have. 1100, somewhere in there. 1200, I don't know. That's only happened to me twice. Now, We're going to look ahead to see how we're going to get around this hill. Because going around the end of a hill is sometimes a little tricky. Don't think we're there yet. And what I do is when I have like a, what do we want to call this? A point that's sticking out, or a peninsula sort of jutting out, peak, whatever you want to call this, that we're trying to go around, this formation, rock formation. I try to bring it to the apex of that instead of trying to curve around it. Notice how to rotate the track to get the link to appear. We have another apex here. I'm going to bring it out a little bit past so I can get around this next one. Now all this track is kind of curvy, swervy. You can go back and straighten it out. Sometimes you just got to lay track to see where you got to lay the track. If that makes any sense. Wait, we didn't want to place that. That was 30-meter radius. That would be bad. That would be where the train derails. Even 50-meter coming down grade with a full load, you're flying off the track if you're doing more than like 20. I could have turned back in and got closer to the hill. One day we'll get track editing tools. Terrain editing tools. That'll be nice. Again, with this little apex or peak, I'm bringing it right to it. Now let's look ahead, see if we have to start curving around this hill. Not yet. So again, we will bring it to this peak. Well, let's see, we may have to go down a level. This might be tricky. Unless we clear this landmass, we do. Alright, so bring this over here. In my opinion, this should be bridge. God, it's walk so slow. It's so quicker to do that. Let's make some nice wooden bridge here. I think we could use, alright, we'll use stonework as a foundation. And switch to regular groundwork. The shadows are weird on the lake. Gonna have to aim to the left of that hill. Let's see, let's do this. Now, when you're close to the edge of a hill, sometimes this groundwork can stick out of the hill down here, which looks bad. And then you may not want to use groundwork, you might want to use the stone wall. Alright, let's switch back to stone wall here. See where we're going to wind up over here. That should put us in a good spot. Did I get them all? That's how we move fast in the game now, I guess. Alan, first time chatter. Hello everyone. Thanks for your videos and they are helping. Nice. I like hearing that. I like to help. I mean, I'm playing video games and helping people? What? How cool is that? Alright, we're going to try and keep this close here for aesthetics. Aesthetics. Uh-oh. I didn't want to do that. Alright, so if you need to get back up, you fall from something, you can pick into the tree and do that. You'll get better at that over time. And thank you for chatting and watching the videos, man. Again, bring it to the apex of the turn. The apex of the turn should be even with the jut out. The maximum jut out on the I'm trying to sound like smart. Your apex. Alright, we need to get up here. MJ. Do your thing, MJ. Again, bringing it out there. This is the best way I found in the game to make, since we can't alter terrain, right? Make it seem as realistic as possible. I feel like a bird in the tree. By the way, what I'm doing here, I'm just like clicking away until all the trees are gone. So we're still not down on the ground yet, which is surprising. I think my first Lake Valley map, I did 1.5% coming down this hill. Let's see. This turn is a little tricky here. We're just gonna use 50 meters, stick it out there. Like, we could have approached that turn a little differently so that we came out closer to the hill. But it don't matter. Looking ahead, I can kind of see that it's going into the ground a little bit. And we're getting down. We're getting down. Oh, look at that. That little bit of ground right there. Scary. 67, we're still staying true to our 50-meter minimum. That is not a constant radius. Consistent. All right, let's run this out. Now, I couldn't really plan when I was making the main line there. Call it the main line for now. I couldn't really plan where this was going to tie into until I actually ran the track at 2% to see where we wound up, right? So, another thing you want to take into consider when you're making your railroad. So, like this railroad, this one I'm making right now, I don't really have an operational flow chart. My other map, I made it where the main yard was a central point, and then to get to any industry, you basically had to go back to the main yard. So it was all branches. Some branches had 2 industries on them, but most of the branches had 1. So everything was out and back. There was no flow to the map. So on this map, I'm not going to do that. So let's look at our map. Let's fly up in here. So basically, we just connected the iron mine, and the iron mine gets beams and lumber. So we want to be able to go from the sawmill straight to the iron mine. We don't need to go back to the main yard. So I'm going to turn in here and put a Y. So I could go either way. I could come from the main yard to the iron mine, or I can come from the sawmill and go to the iron mine. And we are pretty much on the ground here. Now we can set our inclination at 0. Now here comes the fun part. I would love to say I have a way of doing this, and I do. At the moment, I don't remember how I did it. Okay, let's intersect this track here. Still need to go down a little bit. Oh. That looks kind of perpendicular. No. Oh, there's that 0. The 0. And then as soon as you go into a radius bug, look how it goes down. It changes. I would love to get an explanation of that. This is almost perpendicular, but not quite. Alright, let's take this back a little bit. Let's go here. We're going to wing this. Don't mind me. Go back to 0. Level it out. Alright, I'm going to delete this. I need to delete this also. We're too close. I have to change some of that. Now, 50-meter radius. We're going to want to go about 50 meters. Should be back a little bit. What I'm trying to do is build like the perfect Y. You've been playing for a while and couldn't figure things out till you seen my first video. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, there's like no guide in the game or tutorial. I figure stuff out by well, sometimes I just get lucky and figure it out, and then I watch other people too. We figure it out together. Okay, I'm going to take this back about 55 meters. I'm going to put a right switch in. And then we're going to take this back about 55 meters. Put a left switch in. Where is that link? Over here somewhere. So from here, this is only approximate. It's not exact. You know what? Let's put cross in. Let's go back about 55 meters. How far back are we going? Here. Get this out of the way. Get this out of the way. Let's put a right switch here. I'm using a right switch because when I put that cross down, I favored this side. All right. And this should give us a pretty nice turn. Let's double check our work. If I did it right, I should have about a 55 meter, I always say that, meter radius on my Y. Wait, the heck? Hello? So that 60 meters would wind up there. 70. Pretty damn close. So I should be able to just circle this. And that is pretty good Y. One of my better Ys. I suppose you could do this with 30. But you wouldn't hit it at any kind of speed. It would suck. Double check our work here. 60. So this side is sharper than the other side because my spacing was not exactly right. But we're still going to wind up under 50. Let's jump in the sky and look at this. Let's admire our awesome Y. Now we're going to have to fix that and fix this. And put telegraph offices. Let's stick a telegraph office here so we can jump ahead if we need to. Throw a switch. Sing it, brother. Sing that Morse code. Ooh. 30 meters. This part didn't wind up too good. Not sure I like this part. We screwed that up. That's the trouble with putting these Ys in. Now that's probably sharper than 50. But you know what? I'm going to leave it. That's going to cause a derailment. I can feel it. What we can do is show you what we do. I don't feel like redoing this, to be honest. If you're building your railroad and you want to stick to those guidelines, you can just redo it. I'm going to put 15 mile per hour sign here. And let's put another one over here. May take people by surprise. That's to remind us as we're coming down that there's a slow curve. All right, let's delete this track. So much for our nice straight main line. We could redo all this and make it nice. But for purposes of this video, I mean, you get it. We're gonna have to redo it. Son of a gun. It's in the ground. Oh man. Alright, here's what we're gonna do. Let's move it over. Redo the whole thing. We're gonna move it over quite a bit. This is more level out here. Right switch. See what I'm gonna do. For this portion of the video, I am going to enable my cheats so I can walk faster, so I can do this faster. Now you'll see in the right side of my screen, Railroads Extended is going to pop up. And I've just attached it. If you're going to use this, sometimes you have to put exceptions in Windows Defender. Then it's going to show you an overview of the map and your track work, which is really helpful. And then I can click on myself, hit cheats, and then like hit super speed. And I can also fly through the air. And I can control switches like this, which is really helpful. But I just don't want the video to take too long, so that's why I'm doing this. So now, if I run with this, right, let's hit J. We can make this 50. Um, 50. Oh, look at that. Random piece of garbage in our way. How long was that? $19. Then this will be $31 to make 50. And then we'll put our left switch in. It's not easy to find a nice flat area to do this. Oh man. Oh no, this doesn't matter because this is just using this as a ruler right now. 50. And then use a left switch. Now we gotta run and delete all this crap. Doesn't work. Even gonna take this back. See how much quicker I can do track work now. Get rid of this. All our beautiful work. We can delete this also. or not. And this. And facilities. Why did the telephone pole stay behind? Hello? That's new. Do I have to delete this as props? The heck? I don't know. Don't know. Right now I'm going to show you the cool thing here. Let's go over here. Look. I'm going to select my guy. Cheats. Flying. Now if I select some track, I can fly through the air. And I can kind of see where I'm going. And I can more or less aim this shit. Let's go third person, push down. You fly the same way as this is too high. You fly the same way in extended as you would if you were carrying an industry to fly through the air. This ground is really not even at all. Oh, if I go down that much, I'm gonna. Alright, gotta go with that. Then we can go with more. Probably just uncircle track it, tie it right in. See how easy I did that and how neat it is? Alright, I have a secondary screen that pops up that you can't see, where I can disable my cheats. Cheats, as I like to call them. And get rid of this. Speed building. Bear with me. Should all be good. Now let's get rid of that telephone pole. I guess I had an extra telephone pole over there. I think I was demonstrating the telegraph pole. Look at that. I'm still going to leave the sign because I'm not sure about this. This doesn't look right. That looks really sharp. I'm going to prove it to you too. Look, watch. Let's 2%. Look, that's 30. That's 49. Yeah, that would have been sharper than 50. So sometimes the circle mode deal doesn't always do the right thing for you. Rails. Get out of here. Oh, I went too far. MJ can really fly. Now I trust circle mode to finish this out for me. All right. Oh, we are in a hill. Hell, man. What the hell? How are we gonna handle this, Mr. Humanity? Talking third person about myself. That's a bad sign. Right. That is 50. So that's a good sign. We got a good radius here. All right, we're gonna have to do this. Then go down. Yeah, this is good. This should work. Now we gotta somehow delete the wrong one, of course. Let's delete the right one. Sometimes you just gotta go over obstacles, man. Here you have it. This is okay. Barely. Now we have to tie back into the main line. And let's go with 80. So we can fly through here. At 0. Not a prop. It's a facility. And you are sus. So you're gone. And let's get out our facilities. But when we stop using the cheats, you could put a little sign here, iron mine, you know. Want to come out, you know what? We want to come out of the door and see the switch. That would be smart. I never thought about that before. When placing the telegraphs, right? Kind of just want to come out of the door. Why didn't it place? Want to come out of the door, see the switch. Acting weird. Right, so if I select the map, I have now teleported to this, come out, and there's a switch. That's brilliant. That is a good piece of advice. I do say so myself. Alright, now we took out our future branch line, and we are going to reinstall it. And then reattach our track work. Oh, this is the problem child. Wait, that's 2%. Oh, what a pain. What a flippin' pain. This little annoying track. Okay, we made it over the hump. Problem occurred when we laid this switch. It was level, so it went underground. Gave us a bad. We know in the future we're gonna have to head in that direction, so put in a little bit of track here. Dead end for now. Alright. Do we need another switch anywhere? I don't think so. We can buy, what time is it? 12:51. How long is this video? Hour and a half. Alright, the next video we will go, which I may do in a few hours, depending. In the next video, we will go make a delivery to the iron mine. Well, let's review our track work, because that's gonna take almost an hour to do. Buy some cars. I don't want to make this video too long. This is in the ground too. Look at that. How did I do that? Suck. Let's fix this. It's like not in the ground if I do this. Alright, we'll just go up 0.5%. Yeah, we'll buy some beam and lumber cars and some hoppers as well. I think we have enough funds to do that. Not really. We could buy how much are those cars? Beam lumber rail, $200. We could buy 4 of them and have $400 left over to buy. Oh man, these are 250. These are 220. These are 200. We could buy 2 of these and bring back some iron ore. Or we could buy what you would probably do, or what I would do is if I was starting from the beginning, I would buy 5 of these, fill them up with beams from the sawmill and sell them to make money to buy iron carts. That's what we'll do. We're going to play the game as though we were starting from the beginning. All right, let's review all our track work and make sure there's no trees. I know this is going to sound crazy, but in like a half an hour, Fortnite is going to have an event with Eminem. I'm not like a huge fan of Eminem, but I do happen to think that he's a lyrical genius, even if I don't agree with what he says. Anyway, the events are really cool. It's like party time, and I don't like to miss them because I do like Fortnite. Kind of odd for this old guy to like Fortnite, I guess. And I want to watch the event. And then I will come back to this. Fortnite went OG. They brought back their original map. And they've been going through the seasons, the early seasons. And it's been fun to play the old maps. But now they're going to end that. Start with a brand new fresh map. And I'm curious to see it. Hopefully this piece of bridge work. I think the wood on the wooden bridge will affect the wheels, but not the steel bridge. So if it does, we may have to redo that a little bit. Some high-speed track inspection. You are not my friend. You're not my friend. But at the same time, all trees are my friends. I love trees. Best renewable energy on the planet. You're good. We are all clear. Well, this one could go. And we got a nice 2% line to the iron mine. Follows along the hillside there. Swervy curvy. Those trees are good. Looking almost like an authentic narrow gauge railway. We got our beautiful Y. Now, we have telegraph stations at our switches. We need to put another one over here. We deleted this one. Didn't I select it? Make sure that works. Right to the switch. I like that. That is precious. Iron Eye, you freaking insane person, you. Thank you so much, Iron Eye. God, I got 12 viewers. I don't want to go play Fortnite now. Guys, I have to get in a half hour early to see this event. So, and then after the event, I might play one run or something to check out the new map. Then I will come back to this and we will do part 4 of our beginner tutorial. So, wait a second. We bought beam and lumber cars already. This changes everything. We can go get logs, then we can go get beams, sell the beams. We can get like 4 iron carts. Now the question is, will this little bad boy pull it up 2%? We can leave the logging cars behind. And we're going to take 4 cars of beams and lumber and 4 empties, hoppers, up 2%. I think it'll do it. Right, Montezuma? Tell me you can do it. Just 1 for yes, 2 for no. Oh, that's like 10. He's not sure either. Should I stream the event? I'm going to stream the event. If you guys don't like Fortnite, you don't have to watch. But it will be basically an Eminem concert. So let's do that. And I'm going to take a 5-10 minute break. I do want to sign into Fortnite, because what happens is when you get close to the event, everybody's signing in. I'm going to save this. And if you're on YouTube, like and subscribe. Thank you so much. Stay tuned for the next part.